Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday morning. Today is, what is today? Today is Tuesday, April 11th, and it is 8:43 here on the East Coast. Good morning. Welcome to episode 6 of Be the Brightness. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. We're happy to have you. Here you'll find tips and tricks on how to improve and build and curate and leverage a positive mindset, and how you can recognize different things going on in your life and around you, and how to be a light in all of the challenges that we find in our journeys. So welcome, good morning. Episode 6. So we're cruising along here, folks. This morning I wanted to chat with you a little bit about identifying them problems. What does that mean? What does that mean? And why is it important? How does it impact you? Right? So oftentimes you're faced with situations that, you may feel there's some social awkwardness, or you may feel like you are responsible for the way others feel. Interesting group dynamics, right? Kind of interesting group dynamics. We're going to talk about some examples, but let's kind of talk about the high level theme here. And it's important to recognize that sometimes it's a them problem, right? And you can't take that on. You can't carry that extra weight, right? Emotional baggage or whatever it is. People need to be responsible for themselves, right? Just like we're responsible for ourselves. You can't take on the world's problems, so to speak, right? So let's break this down into more of a tangible example. And we don't want to do this before we get into the examples, but you don't want to do this because it's taking precious time and energy out of you that you're not going to get back, right? So it's important, along this same kind of line here, it's important to recognize who is filling your cup back up and who isn't, not to be so harsh and black and white about, who are the givers in your life and who are the takers. Certainly you can bucket folks into those two categories, but that's a little harsh, right? Not everybody is always a taker, and I try to recognize that, but at the same time, there are takers out there, and you need to be cognizant of that, and you need to pay attention of who's fulfilling you, right? If you're pouring yourself into friendships, relationships, jobs, and nobody is pouring back into you, you got to think about that, right? You got to think about that. So, them problems. Do you know what I'm saying here? Now, let me try to give some tangible examples, because I've had some interesting social things happen recently. And let me see if I can explain, because I've realized and recognized this exact topic recently, and was a reason why I wanted to share with the group here. So how can I even explain this? I've recently lost a lot of weight. I think I've mentioned that here before. I've lost like 110 pounds in the last 14, 15 months. And there's been a lot of interesting social things happening recently. And one of them is people treat me differently. And that's okay. And it is what it is. Society's really weird when it comes to body types and how people look, and puts a lot of stock in the quote beautiful people, right? And I found myself really second guessing my appearance in some ways, because I'm noticing I'm being treated really differently in all sorts of social interactions with people I know, with strangers. It's weird, right? We'll save that conversation for another day. So I'm realizing that some newer friends that I have, and some other new folks that are entering my life, not really friends per se, but more of people that I need to interact with. We'll leave it at that. And I am spending time thinking about, what I'm wearing, how I look, and if that is too much. And it's not too much, I don't mean too much like, I'm wearing very sexy clothes and like, hanging out and all that kind of stuff. No. It just, I'm realizing now that my physical appearance is impactful more than it has ever been before. And what I'm trying to say here is that some people around me, I believe, are starting to feel differently about themselves because I look different. And that makes me feel bad, honestly. That makes me feel bad because that doesn't matter, right? How your exterior is just that. What matters is what's on the inside, right? Are you truly a good and kind person who values and respects those around them? It's the goodness on the inside that matters, right? How your physical form is just that. Sure, you can change it, but I mean, how much value does that really have? Your looks change, your body changes over time, and through life, right? You collect scars, your body changes, you can gain weight, lose weight, you look different as you age. So, how much value do we really have in our physical appearance? For me, it's about being healthy, right? You guys know I'm a mom, and I want to live a very long, healthy life, and that's really what motivated me to lose the weight and be in good shape. So, but yeah, there's quite a few people that I think might feel like less because I look better than I did a year ago, right? And that's a them problem, right? That's a them problem. I can't take that on. It has bothered me, yeah. I don't want anybody to feel inferior. I'm not better than anybody else. We're all just out here living our lives and rooting each other on, and doing the best we can with what we have every day, right? But that's what I'm talking about. Them problems, right? If somebody is critical of something about you that really has no impact to anything, that's a them problem, right? If somebody's not liking your new hairstyle, right? That's another thing I could say. My hair's short. You guys can see my hair short. I have a very non-feminine haircut, we'll say. But I love my hair short. I used to have long hair for most of my life. And then I was just like, you know what? I want short hair. And people were shocked and upset that I cut my beautiful long hair. I donated it because it was that long, and I think like 2 wigs were made out of it. But I mean, it's my hair. Like I love my hair like this, and You know, if other people don't like it, that's a them problem, you know? Um, all sorts of things. And even just talking through this with you guys this morning, I'm realizing it's all very superficial, you know? It's all very superficial stuff people are critical of and people can be opinionated about. And we have to recognize that it's a them problem, you know? And we have to do what we like, right? So long as we're not harming ourselves and harming anybody around us. You know, I have short hair. Oh well. I lost a bunch of weight because I want to be healthy. You know? I want to take better care of my body. I want to, you know, be a good example for my children so they take good care of their bodies and they live long, healthy lives. There's more, you know, active things I want to do. I want to go snowboarding. I know we just wrapped up winter here, you know, in New England, but I want to take snowboarding lessons this winter later this year. I would love to go horseback riding maybe this summer. And those kind of things, my weight held me back. So, you know, you can't live life. I think this is the point I'm trying to make here. And I know it's early and I've only had about a few sips of coffee, but the point I'm trying to make is you can't live life constantly worrying and calculating how your experiences and adventures and your own journey, the substance of your journey, is going to be criticized or judged or looked upon. That's not your problem, right? If you are doing things that you thrive and are making you happy and are filling you with joy and you're becoming that light, right? Because you're waking up, you're actually living life, right? The goal is to live our lives, not just survive through them, right? And once you start living life, you're gonna encounter a lot of them problems. And it's okay. It's okay. You just have to acknowledge it and move past it. And people, you know, they're not you, right? They're not you. They're not responsible for your responsibilities. They're not paying your bills. They're not, you know, keeping your roof over your head, right? So all of those people, you know, people have opinions, and people can be very critical, but we have to remember that these are our lives and we should be able to live and thrive and do things that make us happy, right? So keep a lookout for those them problems. Try to start recognizing them. They're sneaky, but you gotta pay a little bit of attention and you'll quickly start to see them. And then you can let go of all of that time and energy that you were maybe unconsciously even spending, right? In you know, worrying about these things or trying to make different decisions because you knew, you know, there was gonna be something, right? And you're like me and you're very non-confrontational and maybe you didn't do something you wanted to do because somebody might have something to say. But don't do that. Don't do that. Live your life and do the things you want to do, experience the things you want to experience and have fun along the way, right? If you want short hair, go cut your hair. If you want long hair, grow it out. You know, these are just very simple examples, but I wanted to get on and talk to you today. And it's Tuesday, so, you know, we're still in the beginning of the week. We can make a lot of magic happen the next few days, and we can continue, you know, cruising and making adjustments where we need to and hitting our goals. So that's it for today, folks. I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm always here. If you have questions, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Have a terrific Tuesday. And look forward to the Wednesday Whisper tomorrow to give you a little bit more pep in your step. All right. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. And we'll talk soon. Take care.